I'm going to speak about Rebellion. This is like a part two of the first video about the Madoka Magica, but I don't want to make it long, so I'm going to speak about my opinion on Rebellion and how fanboys, in my opinion, are they praise a movie that destroyed the franchise. I don't know why they don't want to admit that the Rebellion, Madoka Magica Rebellion, they destroyed everything. It invalidated the original ending, and that's why the franchise is in a downhill zone. Um, the movie, the ending was garbage. I don't understand why anyone would defend that ending. But I'll speak about the flaws about of the movie. The movie starts when in a witch labyrinth with Homura, because Homura is turning into a witch. She's a hybrid of a witch and a magical girl, which shouldn't be possible. It doesn't make any sense. And everyone lost, and it's a fake version of the city Mitakihara. And Homura is like pretending, I think, or she was pretending, or she forgot, or then she was remembering things. And basically, the first part was pretty much slice of life garbage that didn't matter. That it was just to show you the visuals. It was a visual fest. It didn't make any sense because the first part was about nothing basically. And then the other parts, for example, Nagisa was complete fan service and a complete waste of time. The characters, what's the point of the character? What's the point of the character? It doesn't make any. What does she contribute to the nothing? I know because she was Charlotte. She's the witch that killed Mommy, so she's supposed to, because she's there because she's the popular witch. The witch that killed Mommy, the funny looking witch. So she's with Mommy. Why is she with her? That's an insult to the character of Mommy. And why of all that witches? Why Charlotte? There was other witches that were even more interesting in my opinion, but she was chosen or whatever. And she can become half witch, half magical girl, which shouldn't be possible. I know because Madoka chose her. And Madoka, the law of cycles agent thing does not make any sense. Why would Madoka need agents if she's an omnipotent goddess? To do what? And she chose Nagisa, someone who's horrible for the job, but she chose a child to investigate the isolation field of Yui with Sayaka, which doesn't make any sense. You could have sent anyone else, but she chose a child. And it didn't work because Homura hijacked everything. And the cake song, what was the point of that? It was a complete waste of time. It was just girls doing cute things. To do for what? And like when I saw Bebe or Nagisa doing the cake stuff, when she became the caterpillar monster, and she started flying around like a car, like a Teletubbies cartoon thing. It felt like, is this the same show that people say no, super profound, super dark? These fanboys always like to say this, but they just want to see the girls doing cute things. Look at the fan arts about how people um joke cute girls doing cute stuff. That's what the fanboys really want. And then there's the fight between Mami and this thing, Mami and Homura, which my opinion doesn't make any sense. If Mami was this powerful, why did she lose to Charlotte? She's almost as powerful as Homura. Even she says she's more powerful, and before she became Demon Homura, which I'll talk about later. So she's this powerful, but she lost to Charlotte. But Homura defeated Charlotte. The fight is cool, yes, visually it's cool, but for me it felt like a power scaling buff thing that didn't make any sense. And then how did she escape Homura's time powers? It doesn't make any sense. They ignored people like Rebellion, but Rebellion didn't destroy the franchise too. And then another thing, because the other stuff was filler, didn't matter. But then there is the incubator stuff that QB is planned to trap Madoka. QB is extremely stupid. I don't understand so QB tells Homura his plan to trap Madoka. Why? You took it to the worst person possible. Don't you think they should try to hijack the plan? But hopefully we have to open his mouth to make a exposition about how his plan about. You could have just thought your mouth shut and your plan would have worked. And all of a sudden you can tap an omnipotent being. It doesn't make any sense. Whole Madoka should have seen it since the fucking beginning and stopped it before it even crossed QB's mind. But Madoka is clearly an incompetent goddess, apparently. She's sent two people. Two people are clearly unprepared for this, but unprepared for this. And then it happens. Homura turns into a witch and all that. And then we see Madoka, because then when Homura is in a state to bait Madoka, right, into this isolation field. But then Homura hijacks everything. She hijacks the thing, and then she's able to absorb Madoka into part of her power, into and split. How can you split an omnipotent being? It doesn't make any a concept. It doesn't make any sense. But fans will tell you, "Oh, it's a good, but the rebellion makes sense." No, rebellion does not make any sense. They destroy the franchise, but the fan, and then which proves that everything that the original stand for was for nothing. It was for nothing. Because basically it's telling you that without Homura hijacking everything, the incubator would have captured Madoka, meaning that her wish was for nothing. It was what, a few weeks, and then people were coming with some bullshit to capture Madoka and revert everything as it was. So the fanboys cannot see that the rebellion is an insult to the original show. There's a reason why Urobochi wanted to end the show and did not want to make a sequel. There's a reason why he saw this garbage. There's a reason that before Shimbo, the director, forced Urobochi to write the bullshit rebellion devil Homura thing. Um, Urobochi wanted her to take Madoka to take Homura to heaven to be with her with eternity, which is what it should have happened. But we have made the movie necessary because for what? Okay, but it would have made sense. But instead, but Shimbo said, no, we need to make them enemies or we need conflict. And then he destroyed the franchise, broke everything. Um, then there's the Devil Homer is fan service, is complete fan service and stupidity. See, Homer goes from this cold soldier to this seductive hentai queen demon. Why? For what reason? And then she enslaves QB, which is dumb because why do you enslave the same guy that could eventually turn on you instead of destroying him? But whatever, because QB is part of the franchise, he cannot be destroyed, and the corporation will not allow that. But Devil Homura is literally an insult to the franchise, and it destroys Homura's character. Homura cannot exist without Madoka. She cannot, like, at least in episode 12, as much as the original was bullshit, her characterization in the original was bullshit. At least when she seemed that she moved on from Madoka. She like accepted the fate. She started to grow on her own. But now she was always obsessed with Madoka, and she now because she warped reality to create a new reality where she can be with Madoka forever or something. But she has to constantly suppress the law of cycles because it's not because it's flawed. Our reality is flawed. Homura as a character, and Homura's characters keep changing. She goes from crybaby to super serious to seductive demon, and people say that this it makes sense. And but it really insults Madoka, like her wish is made null and void. And in my opinion, after we're pushing her writing, when the thing happened, the movie that's coming in 80 or 79 days happens. I'll make a video about the predictions I have for the while pushing her rising movie. The law of cycles will be done away with. And they say that there's a new chapter coming. Basically, they'll continue the franchise, but they cannot have the law of cycles because Madoka has to be present for of course, she's the main character, she has to be present, meaning that the law of cycles will be done away with, meaning that episode 12, the original franchise is invalidated. because the fanboys you kept praising garbage. You know it's a masterpiece. You don't understand it. It's not a masterpiece. It destroyed the franchise. And there's a reason why the movie is the while pushing that was in development hand since Rebellion. Because they didn't, I think because the writer didn't know what to do. It's a complete mess. Destroyed everything. That's pretty much my opinion about it. Fanboys cannot understand that in fact, that the rebellion was an insult to the franchise. Madoka Magica should have died as a franchise in 2011. It should have not be continued. This is pretty much my opinion. May God bless you. Please like and subscribe.